U.S. Senator John Fetterman is taking legal action against Sunny Hostin and the producers of The View. The outspoken, hoodie-loving senator from Pennsylvania has decided to face off with the reigning queens of daytime television. But how did we end up here? Why is Fetterman stepping away from policy debates to dive into legal drama? And more importantly, why are we all hooked on this unfolding saga? It all started when Sunny Hostin, one of the co-hosts of The View, made some controversial remarks about Fetterman. Now, The View has a reputation for delivering unfiltered hot takes. It's practically the Coliseum of daytime TV, where opinions clash and decorum often takes a back seat. But even by their fiery standards, this incident turned the heat up a notch.
Let me ask you this. While Democrats work on fixing past mistakes, a lot of Americans are disturbed about the future. Trump is terrorizing migrants by threatening to call on the military to round them up on U.S. soil. He's also imposing tariffs that everybody says could send prices soaring, and threats to punish the media who don't fall in line. Of all of that, Senator, what worries you the most?
Well, I mean, nothing really worries me, because right now nothing has really happened yet. I mean, Trump now is 6 weeks out before he's even going to be inaugurated. But America signed up for this. It's undeniable. He won the popular vote, and he ran the table, including my state as well, too. This is what America decided. So this is definitely going to go in a direction that a lot of Democrats aren't going to agree with that, but I'm going to be a part of that conversation. And there's going to be plenty of people that are going to freak out, or they're going to...
Before we dive deeper into this unfolding drama, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all the latest Hollywood buzz. Now let's set the stage. Recently, Senator Fetterman made a surprising visit to Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's Florida estate. No, he wasn't there for golf tips or a bite of the estate's famous cheeseburgers. Instead, the Democrats were attempting to bridge the ever-widening political divide that feels as vast as the Grand Canyon. But Sunny Hostin wasn't convinced. She openly questioned Fetterman's intentions, suggesting that his trip had less to do with bipartisan progress and more to do with cozying up to the opposition. It wasn't just a critique, it felt deeply personal. Hostin essentially painted Fetterman as a Democrat willing to abandon his principles for a seat at Trump's table.
I'm open to many of the nominees. I thought that's been part of the ongoing dialogue, that I've been happy to meet with all of them, and I think I've met with virtually all of them. And I've been watching the hearings, and now that's an ongoing dialogue. So nothing really has changed.
Now picture being Fetterman. You're out there making an effort to revive the fading art of bipartisan dialogue, only to have a talk show host accuse you of fraternizing with the enemy. That's not just infuriating, it's potentially career damaging. And Fetterman? He wasn't about to let it slide. Let's pause on Mar-a-Lago for a moment. In today's political climate, it's more than just a location. For Trump supporters, it's a symbol of their movement, a shrine. For his critics, it's nothing short of the Death Star. So when Fetterman decided to walk into Trump's Florida fortress, he had to know he was entering a political minefield. But here's the thing, Fetterman isn't your typical Democrat. He's built his career on authenticity, pragmatism, and breaking the mold. Whether it's his hoodie-over-suit aesthetic, or his willingness to call out his own party when necessary, Fetterman has always charted his own course. His trip to Mar-a-Lago wasn't about siding with Trump. It was about seeking common ground on issues that matter to Pennsylvanians. Even so, the optics were complicated. In an era where crossing the aisle can look like betrayal, Fetterman's visit was bound to stir controversy. What he likely didn't anticipate, however, was that this controversy would escalate into a full-blown legal battle. When Sunny Hostin made her remarks, Fetterman didn't just brush them off. Sure, politicians get criticized on TV all the time. It's practically a rite of passage. But for Fetterman, this wasn't just a personal attack. He saw Hostin's comments as misleading, damaging, and a symptom of a larger issue in today's media landscape.
That you will also have plans to work with the administration as to how to remedy a lot of the death and destruction that happened in Gaza as well. I know you've spoken about that. There's been a lot of soul searching on the Democratic side, people needing answers on what went wrong. Do you think that is helpful, and do you think there should also be some soul searching on the Republican side who need to analyze why they would nominate a convicted felon who ran on lies, threats of retribution, and concepts of a plan?
So what's Fetterman's argument? He claims that Hostin twisted the facts to create a sensational narrative, damaging his credibility and tarnishing his reputation. And let's face it, he's not wrong to be concerned. In a world where headlines spread faster than ever, a single comment can significantly shape public perception. But this isn't just about Fetterman nursing hurt feelings. It's about a much bigger principle. To him, allowing this kind of unchecked commentary sets a dangerous precedent. It blurs the line between legitimate criticism and outright misinformation. For someone striving to promote honest, productive dialogue, that's a boundary worth defending. Here's where things get even more compelling. This lawsuit isn't just a clash between one senator and one talk show host. It's a snapshot of the growing tension between politics and media. Think about it. Our political discourse is increasingly shaped by sound bites, memes, and hot takes. Complex issues are reduced to clickbait headlines, and the distinction between entertainment and journalism gets murkier by the day. Fetterman's lawsuit challenges us to confront some tough questions. What responsibility do media figures have to ensure their commentary is fair and accurate? When does criticism cross the line into defamation? And how do we strike a balance between the right to free speech and the need for accountability?
Well, I mean, nothing really worries me, because right now nothing has really happened yet. I mean, Trump now is 6 weeks out before he's even going to be inaugurated. But America signed up for this. It's undeniable. He won the popular vote, and he ran the table, including my state as well, too. This is what America decided.
For Sunny Hostin and the producers of The View, this lawsuit could serve as a pivotal wake-up call. While the show thrives on provocative debates and spirited exchanges, this case underscores the potential consequences of pushing the envelope a bit too far. One of the most intriguing elements of this story is Fetterman himself. He's not your average politician, and that's exactly what makes this lawsuit so captivating. Fetterman has built his reputation as a straight shooter, someone unafraid to call out hypocrisy, stand firm on his beliefs, and avoid the typical partisan games. That authenticity has earned him both admirers and critics. To his supporters, he's a refreshing change in a political arena often dominated by spin and doublespeak. To his detractors, he's a wild card, unpredictable, occasionally abrasive, and not afraid to ruffle feathers. But whether you admire him or not, one thing is clear. Fetterman is willing to fight for what he believes is right. In this case, that means fighting to protect the integrity of political discourse. Of course, this story wouldn't be complete without considering The View's perspective. As a show, they thrive on controversy and are known for diving headfirst into hot-button issues. Their unique blend of humor, passion, and yes, occasional drama is what keeps viewers tuning in. Sunny Hostin, in particular, is one of the show's most outspoken voices. Her commentary often pushes boundaries, making her both a polarizing figure and a key part of The View's dynamic. It's that mix of boldness and controversy that fuels the show's success, but also what places it at the center of cases like this.
I think she's changed her tune. I think when they go low, you have to meet that energy and perhaps go even lower, become small like an ant and go to the Earth's crust. And what I will say is, what I will say is, she said that she did not enjoy Trump's 2017 inauguration because there was no diversity, there was no color on that stage. She said there was no reflection of the broader sense of what America looks like, and many people took pictures of her, and she just wasn't in a good mood.
To her fans, Sunny Hostin is fearless and unapologetically candid. To her critics, she's reckless and inflammatory. In this case, Hostin might defend her remarks as nothing more than her opinion, a perspective shaped by her interpretation of Fetterman's actions. But Fetterman's lawsuit argues otherwise. He's not simply saying, "I disagree with your take." He's asserting that her take was factually incorrect and harmful. At its heart, this lawsuit taps into a larger cultural moment. We're living in an era where trust in institutions, be it government, media, or even science, is at an all-time low. Skepticism and cynicism are rampant, and people are quick to assume the worst. In this context, the way we talk about politics matters now more than ever. Fetterman's visit to Mar-a-Lago was a bold move, an attempt to bridge the divide in a nation that often feels irreparably fractured. Yet the reaction to that visit and the ensuing fallout highlight just how difficult it is to navigate today's polarized political landscape. On one side, there are those who view any effort at bipartisanship as an act of betrayal. On the other hand, people are so deeply entrenched in their own perspectives that the idea of compromise seems almost impossible. And in the middle of it all stands Fetterman trying to walk a precarious tightrope over a chasm of partisan quicksand. So where do we go from here? The lawsuit is still in its early stages, and its outcome is uncertain. Will it end in a settlement, go to trial, or spark a broader conversation about media accountability? Only time will tell. What's clear, however, is that this isn't just a story about Fetterman and Hostin. It's about all of us. It's about how we consume media, engage with politics, and navigate the increasingly blurred line between opinion and fact. At the end of the day, Fetterman's lawsuit is more than just a legal battle. It's a reminder of the high stakes in today's political and media landscape. It challenges us to think critically about the narratives we accept and their impact on public discourse. So what do you think? Is Fetterman a hero for taking a stand against what he views as harmful rhetoric? Or is this simply another act in the theater of politics? Whatever your perspective, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care. Peace.